I'm a sport and exercise psychologist. Today we're going to be talking about a really important mental skill जिसे हम कहते हैं गोल सेटिंग. तो पहले तो हम जानते हैं कि आप सभी एथलीट्स गोल सेट करते हैं, लेकिन इसका प्रोसेस क्या है? हाउ डू यू डिफाइन गोल्स? हाउ मच टाइम आर यू गिविंग फॉर योर गोल्स? Is it really realistic, the goals that you have set? So these are some of the questions that we are going to answer in today's video. So let's start with defining what a goal is. तो goal होता क्या है? तो a goal is basically what athletes decide to target to achieve, right? So goal setting becomes the process by which you set short-term goals and long-term goals. So short-term goals जैसे कि डेली गोल्स, वीकली गोल्स और मंथली गोल्स हो जाते हैं, ये शॉर्ट टर्म गोल्स होते हैं. और लॉन्ग टर्म हो जाते हैं थोड़े लंबे से, तो मतलब 1 साल या 3 साल या 5 साल के बाद आप क्या अचीव करना चाहते हैं. तो ये हो गए शॉर्ट टर्म गोल्स और लॉन्ग टर्म गोल्स. तो अभी हम बात करते हैं कि व्हाट डू वी डू रॉन्ग व्हेन वी सेट गोल्स. ओके, सो सबसे पहले हम बहुत सारे गोल्स सेट करते हैं. वी सेट टू मेनी गोल्स. तो व्हेन वी आर motivated and excited, we think that we can achieve a lot. But what happens is we tend to lose a lot of confidence if we don't achieve these goals, because it's not practically possible to achieve so many goals in, say, a particular time span. So number 1 is not to set too many goals for yourself. Number 2 is you need to adjust and revisit goals. So it's not a rule that एक बार एक गोल सेट हो गया तो उसको हम वापस रीसेट नहीं कर सकते. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपको कोई इंजरी हो गई तो द गोल्स दैट वी हैड सेट विल नॉट बी the same now. So you can't go back to the ground and follow the same schedule that you were following before. So you need to revisit your previously set goals and adjust your goals according to your injury level, according to your current physical status. So the second thing जो हम कहते हैं वो हमें goals revisit या rework करने की बहुत ज़रूरत है. Third point is that we need to evaluate our goals. मतलब जैसे हमने एक goal set कर दिया, हमें वापस जाके देखना है कि क्या ये possible है. Can we achieve this? Is it realistic? Is it really doable? So the third point is to remember is that we need to re-evaluate our goals. And the last point is that we need to be really specific. That's the mistake we make. We make really general, big goals that are not specific, so that this does not help us achieve a sense of purpose. So we don't know exactly what we want to achieve. So the fourth point to remember is that we need to set really specific goals whenever we set them. Also, I mentioned that these can be short-term goals or long-term goals. So what is the time frame that you want to set these goals at? तो सबसे पहले हो गए शॉर्ट टर्म गोल्स. ये हो सकते हैं 2 महीने के अंदर, लेस देन और फ्यूअर देन 2 months. So it could be daily goals, it could be a weekly goal, it could be a monthly goal. Second is your medium term goals. So these will be lesser than, say, 2 years. Okay, so if you set a goal for, say, the next 6 months, that becomes a medium term goal, versus something that is you plan for 5 years, which is going to be a long term goal. So long-term goal is something that you plan for longer than 2 years and say 5 years, 10 years. 10 years down the line, this is what I want to achieve in my sporting life. Or 5 years down the line, I want to win an Olympic medal. So that becomes a long-term goal. So there are 3 categories. Long, medium and short are the 3 ways you can categorize your goals and set goals accordingly. So now let's talk about why we set goals. Why is the process of goal setting so important? इतना important क्यों है कि हम goal setting पे इतना time spend करें और इतना सोचें, right? So obviously, number 1, it increases motivation. Every morning जब हम उठते हैं तो हमें थोड़ा motivation आता है कि हाँ, आज ये करना है, आज इसके लिए ये goal complete करने के लिए मुझे उठना पड़ेगा, training जाना पड़ेगा, आज इतना achieve करना है, right? So it increases motivation tremendously. Second, it makes us feel really confident about ourselves. So when you achieve a goal, you feel really high on self-efficacy and you feel like you've achieved something. You will feel like you have a sense of purpose in your training, in your life ahead. Otherwise, you will just feel like, what am I doing with my life? It will increase your efficiency. So the amount of time that you will spend doing something more productively will definitely increase if you have a goal in mind. सो आपकी एफिशिएंसी ज़्यादा बढ़ेगी उस काम में जो आप कर रहे हैं या जो ट्रेनिंग में आप अपना एफर्ट्स लगा रहे हैं. यू विल ऑल्सो फील मोर सेंस ऑफ कंट्रोल अबाउट योर ओन लाइफ. यू विल फील लाइक हाँ मुझे पता है कि मुझे क्या करना है खुद के लिए, अपने लाइफ के लिए. यू विल हैव अ सेंस ऑफ डायरेक्शन, राइट? एंड यू विल ऑल्सो गेट मोर क्लैरिटी इन डिसीजन मेकिंग. सो अगर आप कंफ्यूज रहते हैं कि आज क्या करना है, कल क्या करना है, ये मंथ में क्या अचीव करना है, ये सब कन्फ्यूजन्स बहुत क्लियर हो जाते हैं इफ़ वी हैव अ क्लियर गोल सेटिंग प्रोसेस डन. सो दैट इज़ वाई गोल सेटिंग इज सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. So, what are the 3 types of goals that we can set for ourselves? First is an outcome goal. So, these are when you focus on the desired end result. मतलब end में जो result होगा उस पर हम ज़्यादा focus करते हैं. For example, कि हम Olympics में gold medal जीतना चाहते हैं. So, that is the outcome of the result. जो आप race में participate करेंगे तो वो हो गया outcome focused goal. ये थोड़ा हमारे control के अंदर कम रहता है क्योंकि you can't control how other people are performing, right? So it becomes largely dependent on other factors as well. The second is the performance goal. So this is more focused on the standard of performance that you are trying to achieve for yourself. So you could say that I want to improve my performance from 21 seconds to 19 seconds in a particular race. So you're focusing on your own performance as compared to someone else's performance. So this is little more in your control. ये type of goal हमारे control में ज़्यादा रहता है, performance goal. और the third type is the process goals, जिसे हम कहते हैं टेक्निक और फॉर्म पे ज़्यादा फोकस करना. जो प्रोसेस है गोल पे हम उस पर ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं. तो हम एक क्लीन ऑन जर्क के वेट लिफ्टिंग के बारे में बात करें तो उस पर ज़्यादा फोकस करेंगे कि हाँ टेक्निक क्या है, अगर इतना केजीज उठाना है तो हाउ विल आई बी एबल टू डू इट, व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस. सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू हैव मोर कंट्रोल ऑफ रादर देन एन आउटकम बेस्ड गोल. सो आउटकम, performance and process, these are the 3 types of goals that you can set for yourselves. And now we're going to talk about the process of setting goals. So this is a really simple method that you can use in setting goals. So it's called the SMARTS method, SMARTS. आप ये method use कर सकते हो जब आप अपने goal set कर रहे हो. It's a very simple technique. So S in the SMARTS stands for specific. So what exactly do you want to accomplish, right? So the more specific you get, the easier it is for you to follow how much of your goals are you being able to follow, right? So an example would be that I want to improve or decrease my time in a 200-meter race by 2 seconds in the end of this year. So this becomes a very specific goal that you are working towards. So you know what you need to focus in your training. You can tell your coach, you can kind of have interactions about what aspects of your performance you need to improve on. So speed, agility, whatever. So this becomes a very specific way of defining your goal. So what is it that you exactly want to achieve? So that stands for S. Then we come to M, which is measurable. So how will you quantify? आप बताएंगे कैसे कि कितना और कैसे गोल अचीव हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है, उसको मेजर कैसे करेंगे. So this could be time, it could be like specific if it's like your weight, if that's your goal. So this is something that you will quantify and measure at the end and during the process of achieving the goal. So you could say that my goal is to swim 50 meters keeping my legs really close to my hips rather than keeping them spread apart. And I will do this at least 3 times a week. So this will help me track whether I'm doing it or not doing it. So it's a very specific and measurable way of achieving your goal. A stands for action oriented. So this defines what do you need to do to achieve your goal. So like I said, if you focus on the process, it becomes easier to kind of tell what you want to do for your goal. So action, what is the action you're going to take? R stands for realistic. So is it really possible to achieve the goal or not? Is it realistic, right? So if I say that I want to improve my performance by 5 seconds in 5 days, it's not possible. So you have to set a very realistic and timely goal, which will help you not only set a goal, but a goal that is actually attainable and जो actually हो सकता है, वैसा goal हमें set करना है. R, that's realistic, right? Then we come to time, so T. So this is basically how much time are you giving yourself to work towards this goal. Are you giving yourself 1 week, or are you giving yourself 5 weeks, or are you giving yourself 1 year? What is the time period that you're giving yourself to achieve the goal that you want to achieve? So starting next week, I am going to practice breathing exercises every day for the next 3 months for 5 minutes in the morning. So this becomes a time period that you're setting, very specific, and you know how to measure it as well. So that is T, time T. And the last is S, SMARTS S. So self-determined. So it will always help to set your own goals and increase motivation this way. Of course, coaches और वगैरह के साथ हम बैठ के डिसाइड करेंगे कि गोल्स रियलिस्टिक हैं कि नहीं, will make more sense. But it always makes sense to set goals for yourself, and this will increase commitment and motivation as well. And just a small little tip, it really helps to keep a goal diary that you write your goals in. तो आप every day अपने daily goals एक डायरी में लिखें और उसे देखें कि कितना आपको goals की तरफ कितना बढ़ रहे हैं. Track your progression. So this will help you set daily goals. You can set today I want to work on this, tomorrow I want to work on this. You can set weekly goals, and maintaining a training diary will kind of help revisit those goals and see how much you've achieved and how much you need to achieve. So it kind of helps you analyze your goals really well. So that's just a small tip. A training diary along with a goal diary will be the best combination to set the perfect goals. Goals can be set for anything, the smallest task to the biggest task. It just helps you feel more in charge of your life. It increases your commitment towards the task, and it will help you feel really confident when you achieve the task. So use the SMARTS principle today and set some short, medium and long-term goals for yourself. Thank you.